Yeah. Yeah.
Today it's mainly going to be about how to do renderings and how to make images or snapshots that you can put on your engineering portfolio and make it look a lot nicer. The most common one would be um, first changing colors. Like the default is normally this like metal steel or something like that. If I wanted to change it to anything else, I can just click A for appearances. And I have a whole selection of textures or different colors Fusion has already made. I could download this fabric yellow and drag it on, and it gives it the texture of fabric and the color yellow. There are also a lot different ones you can do. You can have a mirror effect if you wanted. Uh, you can also make your own appearances and add them as your favorites. I already have a few colors that my team already uses, like our signature green for full screen. If I wanted to change any color, uh, I would first go to the fusion appearances. To me, the best you can do is probably plastic, and I normally choose ABS just because it's the first one. So I will do that. Then I'll click edit, and I can move around the different colors. If you have a signature color you like for full screen, we have a signature brand green we use. You can always go to advanced, and you can type in the hex colors or whatever you need for that specific color you want. Um, so let me edit. Let's make this like a bluish. That seems nice. I can also change the roughness. See, like it becomes like more matte and then glossy. The reflectiveness. All right, let me turn that glossy. There you go. Sort of shiny now. And then the translucent. This doesn't really do much of an impact unless you're using like a mirror or glass. But you could always move around with it. You can also change the color, so I can do this like blue or like sky blue, right? Unless I really like this color or I really like the texture I put onto it and I want to save it for anything else, I can just do right click and I can do copy to my appearances. And so now I can see it right here. Or I can also do right click, add to favorites, and it's now my favorites. You see? If I want to change, I can always just drag and add more. Right now, let's do the brass, because it's already brass. Um, and let's say I want to now take a picture. Like this was like my full robot, my full design. Now I'll take a picture of it. First, I would go click home or choose one of the corners that I think it would look best in. That seems right. Yep. Let's do like this. So there are two options. The first one, which is the very basic version of it, I can just do file and I can look to capture image right here. And it says current document window size, which will be your full screen, or you can put custom. Um, you can use whatever you want, but normally for what we use in my team, it's a 4:3. So I'm going to choose the highest resolution for 4:3 there is, this one. And then this one you can always keep on. It mainly is like it has like some lines so you can better distinguish the different geometry. And you can always choose if you want a transparent background or not. For most designs, you may like if you have a white background engineering portfolio, you should be able to just do a white background or whatever your background is, and it's the background of your visual screen. So like here it's white, but if I were to normally do things in the dark sky, it will become a black background. So these ones you can't really move. They're just already preset. So if you're not having a white background or a black background, the best option would always be transparent background. That way it only captures the object and nothing else. I'm gonna click OK. It's gonna tell me to save it. I can put like brass cup. And I click save to my computer and downloads. And then I can just send it to my team or whoever's making the engineering portfolio and send them the PNG of the image. But then again, this doesn't look as well. We want to make it like look super nice. We're gonna go to render, and here it looks a bit more looks a bit different. As you can see, it has like more shadow, more texture, a lot of strange things happening to it. So the way I can make edits into this, let me try and get back. I think that's roughly how it was. What we're gonna do is do scene setting. You can change the brightness. So I'm gonna raise it up a tiny bit. I can change the background in this to whatever I want. But then again, I think the best option is always to go transparent background. I can add I can add a ground plane, which adds the shadow. I can flatten the ground, doesn't do much. And I can have reflections, like a mirror, as if it was laying on top of a mirror. And then I can add some roughness to it. And the roughness is to the mirror. You see how it's getting a bit more blurry or a bit more solid? And then change the to orthographic or perspective with ortho faces. And that basically means if my camera's right here and I have it on orthographic, I guess you can't really tell, but in a rectangle, um, you would see the edges of the of the cup perfectly, like the entire face. If you did perspective, you would normally see like the edges sticking out on the sides. Actually, I think I have a cube here somewhere. Oh yeah, I do. Okay. So if I have, I'm gonna go back to the design so make it a bit easier. Right now, the camera is orthographic. Okay, I can see all the flat edges that are in this plane of back. If I were to do perspective, you can see how this became a lot bigger, and I am no longer seeing this little edge that was stuck right here. So it kind of like if you know anything about photography, it's like changing the if you know anything about cameras or photography, it's as if you were switching between prime lenses. That's basically what I'm doing. Like if I moved too much to one edge, I can see the thing. But if I were to go this way, I don't see it anymore. But if I go down, I can kind of see the other face. You see? It's like I'm on like a weird orbit kind of thing. Like if I move too much to one side, I can start seeing the other faces. This can become a bit confusing sometimes, especially if you have a lot of things. So generally, I like keeping this, at least if I'm working with things, in perspective. Because anything, shoot, sorry. Anything that is on this plane will always appear. So it's no longer a question of like, if I move more this way, I'm going to see more or get like a little sneak peek. Anything that's facing this side, this plane, will always appear. Going back to our renders, hide that. If you don't mind, like in this case, it's just a cup. I don't really mind what I'm looking at. Like if it's showing a bit more of something else. So when I go to scene setting, I'm going to keep it on perspective. And like I was saying with cameras, this is where you change your focal length. So that seems about right. You can also move around with appearances if you want. Like We can make the interface blue. Or actually, let's keep it steel. Nope, something nickel, something like that. um, Let me go back to my settings. You can also change the exposure. If you know the values, it's a lot easier than trying to move this. Depth of field, and you can change your sensor focus, supposedly, and then add some blur. But I generally don't see much of a difference when that's happening. But it is something you can do. You can change your aspect ratio. Like I said, I normally use 4:3. In this case, you can see exactly um how the screenshot would look. Like when we did it on the other one, nothing changed, so we always thought everything was being captured. And it basically is everything's being captured in a 4:3. And this one we actually see the 4:3 outline or the 1:1. So if this was for like a I don't know like a product uh picture, maybe you want a 1:1, and this is exactly what you'll see. If you do a lot of renderings and you want to save everything, you can do just save as defaults, and it'll always rely on those. You can also change your environments. So it's just different color, like different styles of lighting you can add. Um, the problem is like if you're switching between a few, it just changes everything. So I normally don't like making too much of a difference. Like I normally just stick to one and then don't do anything else because it just kind of undoes all my progress. Oh, that has a good nice shine. So now that we have that, oh, oops, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna click close. You can also add decals. I don't think I have any, but oh, I guess this could work. Decals are just any PNGs that you have. Uh, and it's kind of like logos. Like in this one, since I took the screenshot of the cup earlier, it's taking it as if it was a separate logo. So this cup is just gonna have a cup as its image, or logo. I can always scale it up. Like let's make this 5. Oh, nope, too big. 3, 2. 2 seems fine. And I can change where it is located. And as you can see, it's like it's stuck on the surface. So as I'm moving it around, it's changing. It's like warping with the body of the cup. I'm gonna click OK. Texture maps, I've never seen. I don't really do much with it. Uh, but there is something you could do. This the texture is more for like really refined stuff. Like as we can see in the I can't move my mouse down to it, but when I hover over it, if it'll work, you could see like that wooden handle. It has like all the shininess control to it and stuff like that. I know we don't mess around with it. And then you have different options. You could always do render, and that's sending it to the Fusion web servers. These normally cost you a bit, or they at least use some cloud credits. I'm not sure exactly how those work. But depending on what plan you have, on mine is as a free education, so I don't have as many cloud credits. I believe cloud credits you can buy. Uh, but it's just sending the request to the Fusion servers, similar to if you were to do uh, a simulation, like your static simulations, your weight distribution simulations. It's similar to that. Like instead of using your own computer and maybe like taking super long, you can send it to the Fusion servers and it'll probably take a bit less. So it's saying it can take 10 minutes. I'm not gonna do that because I normally don't see much point of it unless it was like an actual product. But if it's just your robots, they don't need to be super high end. I think if you get to this part, it's already high end enough for robotics teams. Uh, there is also the option of doing your local rendering if I click these and stuff. Um, but again, I don't think that's really necessary because it just overloads your computer. And like I said, there's no point in having such a high-end result. Like this is already it's like really high end. You don't need to go an extra step further. Most people won't even notice that extra step. So it's not worth it. So instead, we're just going to do capture image. As you can see, it is already following that 4 by 3 and going to the highest possible. Because that's what I did previously. But in this one, I wanted the 1 by 1. And we know how the 1 by 1 looks because we added the 1 by 1 in our scene setting. So we know this is exactly what it's going to capture, the lighter background. I'm going to keep the background on this one on because it kind of looks nice. Click OK and do render of brass cup. And it should have saved. Maybe not. I don't think I clicked. Okay, it should have. So now if I go to my documents, is this still sharing? Hopefully. I'm going to stop and then reshare just to make sure. Okay, so I go to my downloads. I can see here, this is the brass cup. And we see it is exactly what we were looking at. No significant changes. It's just exactly the 1 by 1 we were expecting. I'll close that and I'll open the normal brass cup. And you see this is what it looks with a transparent background. Like all this bluish thing, that's just a photo editor. It's not that, it's the background. It's just transparent. If I had to bring it to like Google Slides or Google Docs, wherever you're doing your portfolio, and your background is blue in that, it will show as a blue background or a red background. It's just transparent. And I think that's mainly it. See you guys.